And good evening. Welcome to Hockey Night on Twitch. Tonight, TSR will be covering the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Nashville Predators. Game that you could see on NBCSN, or if you're watching from Tennessee, Fox Sports Tennessee. As the Preds come in at 5-7. The Lightning 8-1-1 as they look in the. Yep, they haven't lost a beat since winning the Cup just 5 months ago. As we take a look at players to watch first. On the Lightning, Braden Point with 6 points in the last 5 games. Steven Stamkos, 3 goals in the last 5 games. I have trouble with this one. Mikhail Sergachev. I'm going to probably butcher that name. Had the assists. Let's see what the numbers were on that. Five assists, and then plus minus. Alex Killhorn has a plus minus of +5. Meanwhile, for the Predators, 4 names. Philip Forsberg with 7 points, 2 goals, 5 assists, and a +1 in the last 5 games. He's going to be the guy to watch. The goalies for the Bolts. Potential starter Andrei Vasilevsky. And I'm really hoping he's not going to be the starter, but that's going to be a tough name to pronounce. But he's 7-1-1 this year with a 1.88 goals allowed average and a save percentage of 93.1. Well, let's not say it. Remember, I had a tough time announcing the Clemson's backup QB name. I probably have butchered it like 100 times that night, so maybe this isn't the worst. And then Curtis McElhinney, that's a name I probably butchered as well. In his only start this year, he's 1-0, allowed just 1 goal overall, and 95.8 save percentage. On the other side, the Predators' possible starter, Pekka Rinne, 2-4 this season with GA of 2.65 and a save percentage of 90.9. His backup, Jussi Soros, 3-3 this year, GA of 3.31 and a save percentage of 89.3. Tails of the tape. In terms of power play percentage, Lightning 16th in the league with 20% even. Predators 22nd with 15.6%. Penalty kill, the Bolts top 10. They're number 9 at 82.9%. Predators dead last, 65.2%. So Preds going to have to try to avoid the penalty box as much as they can tonight. Face-off percentage, Preds 7th in the league with 52%. Bolts 17th at 50.1. So this is the 4th of 8 meetings. Bolts have won the last 3. 4-3 back on January 30th. That's in Tampa. 2 days later, they won 5-2. Last night in Nashville, the Bolts won 4-1. So 3-0. This is the 4th of 8. Next time out, they're meeting March 13th and 15th in Tampa, and then April 10th and 12th in Nashville. So about 15 minutes to face off. I timed it right this time because it said 8:30, but that's only for like pregame stuff to start. I think the face-off is officially at 8:45. So look at what else is going on in the NHL tonight. If you are watching NBCSN, game you're watching, Edmonton and Ottawa. Oilers leading 3-1. that game in the second period. 8:02 to go. As Brady Tkachuk has the goal for the Senators. For the Oilers, he has an assist. The goal is by Connor Brown. For the Oilers, scoring for them, Evan Bouchard, Darnell Nurse, and Tyson Barrie, each with goals. Nurse was the first to score, Bouchard the second, and Barrie in the second, 3:53 into it, with the third. Meanwhile, in Florida, Panthers lead the Red Wings 2-1. Detroit opened the scoring with a Philippe Zadina score. 3:31 into the first. They put the Red Wings up 1-0. Alex Wenberg tied it up with just under 5 minutes, with just over 4 minutes ago to be exact. In the first, tied it up at 1, and then Patrick Hornquist took the lead 8:04 into the second period, and that's where we stand now. It's that game now in the last minute of the second. And right now, giving a live look into Edmonton and Ottawa. Ottawa with it right side. Get out the center ice. They're fighting for it along the right side as Ottawa will take it up the center ice. Dump it into the Oilers zone. And that's where the Oilers are going to take it up. Set up the center ice and dumps it into the Ottawa zone. And Ottawa's taking it up now. Report behind the net, over to the left side. Ottawa with it, trying to go around the horn. Now, dumps in behind the net. That's where the Oilers are going to take it. Now to the right side corner. Edmonton with it. Now Ottawa poked it free, trying to keep it in the zone. Bouchard plays it, and he'll get it out the center. And the Senators are going to take it up. It looked like an offside, so 5:54 to go in the second there. So puck drop in Nashville, 8:45, so in 11 minutes from now. So I'm not left doing fill. By the way, today marks my 1-year anniversary of my first broadcast on Twitch. As the XFL, I covered the Vipers and Guardians 1 year ago today. Was my first Twitch sports radio broadcast. Of course, that was just Twitch back then. So, I ended up calling 6 XFL games that year. I called the following week St. Louis, Houston, and then week 3 and 4 called both Sunday games before taking off week 5, and I wish I hadn't, because that ended up being the last of the XFL for now. But that was my first broadcast. The Vipers Gardens defeating the Vipers 23-3. And how funny! My first broadcast included a Tampa Bay-based team, and now, tonight, features a Tampa Bay-based team, as both Tampa Bay and Nashville will join Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Kansas City as cities I have covered all teams for. I've covered the Sabres. It was one of 2 NHL games I covered before the pandemic. But that, unfortunately, I did not save the recording, so I couldn't post it to YouTube. So I kind of think of it now as my tryout videos. But I covered Sabres Avalanche. That was 2 weeks before the season shut down. I covered 4 Bills games. Bills Raiders week 4. Steelers Bills week 14. Ravens Bills divisional round. And then the AFC Championship Bills and Chiefs. Pittsburgh, I covered 1 Penguin game. That was Penguins Leafs. That was actually my first broadcast on February 18th, 2020. I covered 1 Pittsburgh Pirate game. It was the White Sox Pirates. I was an FS1 broadcast back in September. And then I covered 2 Steeler games. Steelers-Ravens, the first meeting, in which the Steelers won 28-24. And then the Steelers-Bills, as I mentioned earlier. Kansas City Chiefs, I covered 7 games. The season opener, the Monday nighter against Baltimore, the Monday night special against New England, Sunday night game against the Raiders, the Super Bowl 55 preview, the AFC Championship, and Super Bowl on Sunday. So that leaves me Nashville. Well, tonight I covered the Predators. That'll be my first time covering. I covered the Titans back in November. The Derrick Henry walk-off in Baltimore. And then Tampa Bay. I actually did call 2 periods of Lightning Stars last year. It was Game 4. But so far to date, that's the only broadcast I disengaged from. Just because I was just kind of like, I'm not feeling it tonight. I'm just going to leave. But I've covered Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've called 6 Buccaneer games. I called both the regular season meetings against the Saints, the Packers meeting in the regular season, and as well as the NFC Championship, and both meetings. So I covered the Bucs when they played the Saints, Packers, and Chiefs. And that brings me to Kansas City. I covered 7. I already mentioned about the Chiefs. I covered 1 Royals game. That was an FS1 broadcast against the White Sox. So yeah, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Nashville, Kansas City, Tampa Bay. I've covered all your sport teams. Congratulations. Who I would need to call a Bruins game. I'd call 3 to 4. But then I have the NBA, and I don't have any plans on calling NBA anytime soon. If the Orioles get a nationally broadcast game, I could cover that one. I could get Baltimore in the list. Let's try to think. Who else I could join? If I call a Vegas Golden Knight game, I could throw Las Vegas onto the list. So Baltimore, Las Vegas. I'm trying to go with cities without the NBA. So I could throw. I think that's it right now. About 5 minutes to face off. They're still showing Oilers Senators on NBCSN. I'm sure they're going to. There's like 2.5 minutes to go in the second. So my guess is when it gets to intermission, that's when they're going to switch it over to Lightning and Predators. Or maybe even before that, because puck drops at 8:45. So it's going to depend. So I'm guessing at 8:45 they're going to switch it over regardless. Game getting underway as the Blackhawks and Stars clash in Dallas tonight. And then later on tonight, Ducks taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. That's at 10 o'clock in Vegas. Sharks take on the Kings at 10 o'clock. And then the Jets take on the Flames at 10 o'clock. So, meanwhile, in Ottawa, Senators trying to get it out. This goes behind the net. And the Oilers with a chance, but it was turned away. And the Senators able to get it out. And it'll be an icing. Face off to the right of Ottawa net. I'm not even going to bother taking time to learn names because it's just going to go right over to the next game. Oilers play behind the net. Now they take it up. Now the Senators play behind the net along the left side. 40 seconds to go. The Senators trying to keep it in zone. They can't. Shot, save, 27 seconds. So, the question is, they're going to allow us to watch the final 27 seconds, or they're going to cut away. Stopped by Murray. At the other end, Edmonton says, right back at you. Faceoff was won by the Senators, but the Oilers take it up to center ice. In the Ottawa zone. 15 seconds to go in the period. And final 10, 9. Ottawa plays it behind the net dangerously. Looks like the Senators are going to take control of it, and that's the end of the second period in Ottawa. And now we'll be ready to get out to Tampa. In Nashville. They're playing in Nashville tonight. You may notice I have changed the color in the background of the boxes, so that way I don't have to keep swapping colors out, because I feel like that's going to be a hassle. So, you may notice now it's a white background with black numbers. And you also notice I put the records down next to the teams. I did not do that Sunday, and I should have. So, couple changes, but other than that, still same attitude. All right. All right, looks like we're ready to rock and roll here. It looks like the Predators have fans in the stands. Not many, but still, they're there. And it will be Andrei Vasilevsky in goal for the Bolts. And it's Yusei Saros in goal tonight for the Predators. And we're underway as the Bolts win the faceoff. Dumping it into the Predator zone, played by Saros. So on the left side, now fighting for it is the Preds. Now played in the right corner by the Predators, trying to move it on up. And they will. Dumped it into the Bolts zone. Play for it in the right corner. Now behind the net. Bolts with it. They're going to try to move it up. And Preds dump it right back into the Bolts zone. Bolts with it now, trying to move it up. They will. Dump it into the Predator zone. Played along the left corner. Now behind the net. Bolts take it. And trying to move it up. Predators with control of it at center ice. They lose it. Bolts take it in their own zone. And waiting for something. And now move it right side. Preds intercepted at center ice, dumping into the zone. Played in the right corner. Bolts wrestle it free. And bouncing puck right in front of the net. Knocked away. Bolts able to clear it out. And railroaded right there at center ice. Preds take it in the Bolts zone. They for it along the right side. They're fighting for it. Taken by the Predators as that one goes wide of the net. Preds played along the left side. Looking to go around the horn. Or you're going to go at the net and hit a player in front. And that goes out of play. Oh, no, there's a penalty upcoming. And Nashville will go on the power play for the first time tonight. As number 27 of Tampa Bay, that is Ryan McDonough, 2 minutes. So the Preds on the power play. Won by the Predators. And it's boarding the call. So trying to put it on net. Preds with it now on the right side, looking for go. Playing it forward along the right side. Now looking to go around the horn. Shot! Hit a guy in front. No. And that goes into the Predator zone. Soares will play it behind the net. Moved up by Ellis. Gets out to center ice. Trying to get the Forsberg. Got away from him. They're going to play it behind the net. Taken by the Predators. Moving to the left side. To the right. Drops back. Looking. Going around the horn. Now going into the right corner. Mount moving left side. He's in the left corner. Pass. Shot. Stopped. And Fred's able to keep it in the zone. Right side. Behind the net. To the left side by the Predators. Going into the left corner. Trying to look for some help. Trying to center pass right in front. Turned away by Vasilevsky. And the Bolts get it out. So Preds are going to play for it behind the net. And they're going to take it up ice. 4-on-1. Moving down the left side. Now to the right side. Dumps into the left corner now. Moving along right side of the ice. Into the right corner. Preds with it. Trying to move in front. Pass was deflected out. Bolts take it now. Into the Preds zone. They're going to play for it into the right corner. Predators and now the Bolts take it. And aired pass gets away, and the Bolts have to take it into their own zone as the penalty expires. Bolts with it now to center ice. And they lose control of it. Preds take it. Coming up the right side, trying to get out to center ice. They will. And Oh, Bolt's now with it. Skate or die. Point. No, that's a slow down. Passes it. It was tipped by a Preds player. Now Preds back the other way. Shot. Scores! Grimaldi with the shot and score. And the Preds draw first blood. Rocco Grimaldi. Eight-ball corner pocket. And Nashville's up 1-0. Face-off won by the Bolts. And, railroaded at center ice. And a stoppage of play as number 92 of Tampa Bay, Alexander Volkov, was railroaded by the Predators. So Grimaldi's goal unassisted at 4:43. And it looks like the interference called, but on who? Oh, it looks like Ryan Ellis, who was the one who railroaded Volkov. So the Bolts will be on the power play with 15:09 to go in the opening period. So face-off will come to the left of and a false start on Tampa Bay. And face-off won by the Bolts. Going behind the net. On to the right side. Center pass shot goes wide. Bolts try to keep it in the zone. Taking out Stamkos. Drops it back. Hedman just able to save it. As Bolts keep it in. Stamkos passing behind the net. Now he takes it back. To the right side. Pass. Hedman shot. Stopped by Saros. They fight for it along the right corner. Now moving to the left side. Bolts with it. Going to go around the horn. Hedman. Shot blocked. The Preds able to get it out. And the Bolts will take it in their own zone. That's Hedman. Waiting. And now it's going to take it up. Oh no, just drop back now. They're going to take it up. Up to center. Into the Preds zone. Coming in the stick side. Going around the horn. Shot long range. Hit a Pred player in front. And back to center ice. Bolts have to retreat. They're going to take it up. Into the Preds zone. Looking. Drops it back. Passes over. Going a little back and forth here. And thrown into the left side. Bolts with it now behind the net. And Preds trying to get it out. They can't. Bolts keep it in. A shot stopped by Saros. Another shot, and it looks like Saros got a piece of it. The center ice. The Bolts taking it in their own zone. And gets knocked back, so the Bolts have to take it in their own zone. McDonough with it. Going to try to move it up. They will. Into the Preds zone. They lose it. Preds take control. They try to get it out. They can't. Bolts able to keep it in. Into the right corner. Now they dump it across the ice. Left side. Now back up the center. And he lost it. Bolts trying to get control of it. Now they have to retreat back into their own zone and play it behind the net. McDonough with it. Trying to move it up ice. And now going into the right corner. Bolts with a shot, and the net's knocked off its moorings. With 12:19 to go in the first. Preds draw first blood on the Grimaldi goal, and it's 1-0 Nashville. .12:04 left in the first period. Bolts down 1-0. After the goal by Rocco Grimaldi. Put the Preds up 1-0. This will be a face-off to the right of Saros. Won by the Predators. Trying to get it out there, they will. Shots on goal, Preds 2, Lightning 1. Shot on net goes wide. Preds with it along the left side. And looks like he put it out of play. That was Fabro putting it out of play. Face off to the left of Vasilevsky. And a false start on Tampa Bay. Something I think Chief fans wish I could be saying on Sunday. Sissons and Goddard in the face of now Nashville. Face off won by the Bolts. And hit along the left side. Preds with it. Shot saved by Vasilevsky. Bolts take it up ice. They move it into the Pred zones. They dump it into the right corner. And Bolts with it along the left side. Play for behind the net. To the left side. And the Preds come away with it and they move it up center ice. Into the Bolts zone. Forsberg shot gloved. And Ruda taking a shot. And I think it was Ellis. And that might cost them. And it looked like a cross check. All right. Looked like he got it right in the face. So Jan Ruda We'll have to sit for 2 minutes in the sin bin for that one. Preds for the first time tonight on the power play. Face off to the right of Vasilevsky. Or Vasilevsky. And taken by the Bolts as they clear it out. Into the right corner, it will be played by Ellis behind the net. Looking to move it up ice, they will. Ellis over to Forsberg. Play forward along the left side, now into the left corner. And the Bolts pushing it along. Now fighting forward along the right side. Preds come away with it. Trying to go around the horn. And a puck goes out of play. 10:51 to go in the first period. And 1:28 to go in the power play. And I don't know why the Lightning coach is pulling his mask. John Cooper is pulling his mask. What's the point? Just talk. And this time a false start on Nashville. Face-off taken. And it looks like the Preds got control of it. As at center ice, trying to get fighting forward along the left side. Dumped into the left corner, played by Saros. Preds take it behind the net, and look out, we got some fisticuffs here. Mortal Kombat! And 81 of Tampa Bay and 47 of Nashville. For Tampa Bay, it's Eric Cernak. And for Nashville, Michael McCarron. We're getting into it along the benches, and I think that's going to send off coincidental minors. The refs have McCarron into the box. And Cernak will go into the box. So what? It started. I think Cernak took exception to McCarron's hit on number 19 of Tampa Bay. It's Goudreau, not Goddard. I'm sorry. Barclay Goudreau. And Cernak took exception to it. So it's 4-on-4. 81. 46. Right now, just being called minor penalties. And now another one going into the box. So we got some 4-on-4 for a little bit. As number 43 of Nashville, Sean Malone, will join them in the box as the Preds get the face-off. Play forward along the right side. Now back into the right corner behind the net. They fight for it. And the Preds will get it. And they'll move it up at center ice, trying into the Bolt zone. Pass, shot, turned away by Vasilevsky. Bolts play forward in the left corner. Hedman chasing. Preds with it now along the right side. Passing, looking, trying to go into that, going behind. Looking for some help, can't get a shot off. Behind the net. Now along the left side, back up the middle. Looking for a shot. Can't get one. Bolts take it. Going across center ice, 2-on-1. Looking, shot, saved by Saros. Trying to go around. And now puck back up the center ice. McDonough will play it in his own zone. Looking. As the 4-on-4 is over. Bolts on the power play for 40 seconds. Goes off a skate. Bolts have to retreat. Now going back across the Pred zone. Going along the left side into the left corner. Now going into the right. Bolts with it. Cross ice. Hedman with it. Stamkos shot, saved by Saros. Whoa. Try to eliminate. Face off to the right of Saros. Right in front of the net. It looks like Saros was able to stop it. 8 seconds to go on the power play. As Stamkos and Ellis in for the faceoff. I checked that. It wasn't Ellis. Bolts with it, trying to keep it in the Pred zone. Penalty spot. Shot! Hit a player in front. Bolts retain possession. Hedman looking. Pass shot. Stopped by Saros. Rebound. Score! Stamkos on the doorstep. Ties the game at 1. And for Stamkos, it was just simply right place, right time. And Saros initially shot it, but it went free. And Stamkos right there to put it in. And for Stamkos, that's his 6th of the season, as we're now tied at 1. Face-off won by Tampa Bay. They poured it along center ice. Bolts gain possession. They try to move it up ice they dump it into the Pred zone, and that's going to be an icing. Or so I thought. They're going to keep playing. I guess it wasn't an icing. It looks like a stoppage in play. Stamkos' 6th of the season knocks this one up at 1 with 8:09 to play in the opening period. Stamkos just moments ago tying the game up at 1. Assist going to Braden Point and Sergachev as he knots it up at 1. Career against the Predators. Stamkos now has 11 goals, 8 assists, now 19 points. Faceoff will be to the left of Saros. It's a 6-game point streak against the Predators. As a false start on the Preds. Preds get the faceoff. And they'll dump it into the Bolt zone. Vasilevsky dumps it off to Hedman. Hedman trying to move it up ice. Drops it back. Bolts now move up ice into the Preds zone. Play for it along the left side. They try to keep it in the zone. Looking. Going right in front. Save made by Saros. Bolts keep it in the zone. Stamkos. The Hedman shot. Saved by Saros. Rebound. Stamkos. Shot. Scores! Number 18 of Tampa Bay. That is. Andre Palat with the goal. And the Bolts now take the lead. It's 2-1. And it looked like Stamkos with the assist. And for Palat, his 5th goal of the year, coming at 12:31. Just 63 seconds after Stamkos tied this one up. And that was a power play goal. As Sean Malone had went to the box for hooking Blake Coleman. As the faceoff taken by Tampa Bay. Fighting for it along center ice in front of the Preds bench. And the Preds able to get control of it coming down the right side. Left side shot in front. Saved by Vasilevsky. Shot saved by Vasilevsky. And now the Bolts move it up to center ice. Now the Bolts have to retreat it after they lost possession at center ice. Try to move it up. Now they got to stay put in their zone. Looking. And now dumped into the Preds zone. Preds now take it. Coming up center ice, trying to move it down. They dump it into the Bolt zone. Bolts try to get it out to center ice. Preds able to dump it back into the Bolt zone. Bolts going to try to play it out. Dump it into the Preds zone. Fighting for it behind the net. Bolts with it now into the right corner. Right side now, moving over to the left. Try to put one in on net, it hit off a player. Preds trying to get control. Bolts take it right back. Going up, right side shot, score! Matthew Joseph putting it in, and now the Bolts lead it 3-1. Yep. Bolts forcing a turnover. And just a nice pass over. And Saros with no defense. Face-off taken by Nashville. For Joseph, his 3rd goal of the season. Bolts play it behind their own net. Into the right corner, looking for some help. Trying to move it up. Preds keep it in the Bolt zone. Preds with it now. Along the left side, into the left corner. Fighting for it. Behind the net, Preds trying to move it in. Shot! Stopped by Vasilevsky. Another shot! And it's stopped by Vasilevsky. Played for it right to the left. Bolts trying to move it up, and they will. And the Preds take control of it in their own zone, try to move it up. And well, aired pass. They lost control of it, but they're able to get back as they dump it into the Bolt zone. Preds with it now, trying to play it now. Bolts take it. Move it up ice. Into the Preds zone. And now dump back into the Preds zone. Or excuse me, the Bolt zone. That's where Tampa Bay takes it, trying to move it up. And Bolts trying to move it past center ice into the Preds zone. Stamkos trying to cut inside. Dumps it back. And Stamkos shot long range, saved by Saros. Two goals in that attack. First one by Palat and the next by Joseph. Put the Bolts up 3-1 with 4:25 to play in the opening period. Bolts in a span of less than 3 minutes have turned a 1-0 deficit into a 3-1 lead. First line success, Palat, Point, and Stamkos combining for 16 goals and 20 assists, 5 points combined tonight. As face off to the left of Saros, and Tampa again has to move a guy out of the face-off circle. Bolts have won 9 face-offs, Preds 6. Predators get this one, so now make it 7. Bolts with 9 scoring chances, Preds 5. Bolts playing into the left corner. Fighting for it. Now the Bolts trying to move it up ice. They will. Dump it into the Predator zone. Play for it in the left corner. They fight for it along the left side. Preds knock it into the Bolt zone. Vasilevsky played it. Now it's... and hit the ref with the puck. You don't want to do that. Bolts waiting for something to develop. Trying to move it up ice, and now they will. Dumps it into the Preds zone. Preds take it along the left side, now played behind the net. To the left corner. Going to try to move the puck up. And they'll throw it into the Bolt zone. Be played in the right corner. Into along the left side. Bolts play with. And oh, fan another shot. Another shot by the Preds, and it went off Vasilevsky. Dumped it into the Pred zone. Looks like an icing. But Vasilevsky. It's the goalie's name. Get it right. Face off to the left of Vasilevsky. Won by the Predators. Dropping back, going to the left. Dumps it into the right corner. They fight for it along the right side. Fighting for it. Still fighting for it. Preds now fighting for it behind the net. Bolts with it. And a stoppage of play. It looks like no, the refs are trying to. Serchevsky and Forsberg are exchanging words. Let's see, he goes into the box. And it'll be Tampa Bay for interference. And it'll be Joseph going away. Nashville on the power play with 2:36 to go in the opening period. Face off to the right of Vasilevsky. As Tampa again flagged for a false start. Oh, wrong sport, sorry. Bolts trying, and they'll get it out of the zone. Dumping into the Preds zone. Preds will play it behind the net. Ellis moves it up. Preds into the Bolts zone. Play for it along the left side. Bolts try to clear it out. They will. As Ellis will again play it from the Preds zone. Try to take it up. Drops it back. Forsberg. Drop it back. And now the Bolts get it. Looking. And taken down right in the middle. So the Preds now take it. Fight for center ice. Bolts take it in their own zone. Try to move it up. And they'll instead dump it into the Predator zone. Saros plays it. And Preds trying to move it up. Gets out the center ice now into the Bolts zone. Bolts take control of it. They dump it right back into the Predator zone. 34 seconds to go in the power play. 65 seconds left in the first. Preds take it up ice. Now into the Predator zone. Looking for a shot. Vasilevsky turned it aside. Preds keep it in the Bolts zone. Going around the horn. Shot on net. Saved by Vasilevsky. 14 seconds to go on the power play. The first shot looked like he was trying to make a pass, and it went off a Preds stick. And then a collision not too far from Saros in the center. As Tampa yet again has to wave another guy out of the face-off circle. Goodrow and Ruin. Preds take it now. Shot on net. Saved by Vasilevsky. And the puck went out of play. 8 seconds to go on the power play. This will be to the right of Vasilevsky. And tangled up. Eventually won by the Preds. Looking, shot, hit a player in front, and the penalty expired. One-on-one, Joseph has to retreat. And we'll put it into the right corner. Preds trying to play it along the left side, but now fighting for the puck. 20 seconds to go in the first. Preds come away with it in the left corner, now moving over to the right corner. They're going to try to move it out. 10 seconds left in the first. Do the Preds make one last push, or they're just going to hold off? And that will take us to the end of the first period. Preds draw first blood, but Nashville responds with 3 of their own. As after 20 minutes, it is Bolts 3, Preds 1. Three-one after one in Nashville tonight. Goals for the Predators by Rocco Grimaldi, who drew first blood, and then Stamkos, Palat, and Joseph, all within a 3-minute span, made it a 3-1 game in favor of Tampa. Shots on goal even at 11. Tampa Bay got a power play goal. They're 1 for 3 on the power play. Nashville 0 for 3. Penalty minutes even at 8 side. Tampa Bay winning 60% of the faceoffs. Block shots, Nashville leading 5-3 in that category. Bolts with a takeaway, but they have given 2 away. Predators have given 1 away. Preds out hitting the Bolts 8-7. Meanwhile, elsewhere around the league tonight, in South Beach, the Panthers defeat the Red Wings 2-1. They improved to 7-1-2, driving the Wings to 3-9-2. Late in the third, Oilers holding a 3-2 lead on the Senators. In Dallas, just underway in the second period, a Hintz goal back in the first made it 1-0 Stars. Nashville 1-4 in the last 5 games. They have as many wins in the last 5 games as the Bolts have regulation and overtime losses this year. Tampa Bay leading the Central by 1 point on Florida, even with the win tonight. Nashville sitting at 7th. They're just 2 points out of last place, where Detroit holds down the fort down there with just 8 points. Alright, so I'll be back in a bit. Kyle, you started? Kyle? Mm. Did you get all the cans out, buddy, on the back porch? Excuse me. All right, ready to start the second period. Bolts up 3-1. This is Tampa Bay. The Rays winning the AL pennant, but losing the World Series, and then the Bucks on Sunday winning the Super Bowl. Both would love to add another Stanley Cup to their total. Right now, Cup odds are plus 710 for Tampa Bay. And we're about to get underway here as the Bolts take the face off. Trying to move it up center ice, dump it into the Preds zone. Played in the left corner, now fighting for it. Fighting for it, now play behind the net into the left, into the right corner. Bolts with it now, Stamkos shot, it was blocked. The scratch that wasn't Stamkos, 81 with it. And the Preds trying to move it up. Cross ice shot, stopped by Vasilevsky. And the Bolts trying to move it up. Preds keep it in the zone. It's shot on net, saved by Vasilevsky. Preds try to get control of it, and they have to retreat in their own zone. Trying to move it up ice, dump it into the Preds, into the Bolts zone. Play forward in the right corner. Shot saved by Vasilevsky. Play behind the net. On the right side by the Predators, shot blocked. Bolts trying to get it out. Now they're fighting for it along the right side. Now the Bolts with it. And the Bolts dump it into the Preds zone. Sarah's played it. The Preds trying to move it up ice. They will. And a fight for it at center. Bolts try to get possession if they will. Dumping into the Preds zone. And a stoppage play. Face off at neutral ice. And Bolts had it. And they'll try to dump it into the Preds zone. They will, but the Preds will play it from there. They're going to try to move it up. They will. Going around the right side. And collision amongst teammates allow the Bolts to take it. They move it up the center ice. 3-on-2. As cross ice pass deflected out of play. Score to report. The Oilers hold on to defeat the Senators 3-2. Face-offs to the right of Saros and a false start on Nashville. Face-off won by Tampa Bay. Fires on net, stick save by Saros. Preds try to gain control of it. Bolts keep it in. Trying to drive to the net. Puck it loose in front. And the Predators able to get it. They're going to move it on up. Dump it into the left corner. Maybe that was the right corner now. Preds looking to go around the horn. That's now goes behind the net into the right corner. Preds are trying to try to play it now into the left corner. Shot saved by Vasilevsky. A nice save by Saros with the blocker. Vasilevsky uses his whole body to make that save. Nashville 14 shots on goal. Tampa Bay 12. Sergachev has played 12 shifts, a total ice time of 8 minutes and 16 seconds. Preds take it now, try to move it up ice. Into the neutral zone. And they dump it into the Bolts zone. Bolts played in the left corner, trying to move it up. Preds able to take back control. Throwing it on net, it's going to go wide. They fight for it along the right side. Now going to the left side, Preds try to dig it out. Now they throw it back in. Bolts take it from the right corner. Bolts try to move it on up. Now they dump it into the Preds zone. It'll be played in the right corner. They try to move it on up. They will. And now they dig for it along neutral ice in front of the penalty box. Now taken by the Preds. Now in the Bolts zone. They lost the puck. Now the Bolts with it. Now at center ice trying to move it up. And Stamkos gets taken down. And the arm's up. Look like we're going to get a penalty. Stamkos looked like he got taken down. Let's see what they call here. Oh, nope, no penalty. And the Bolts have to let another one out of the face-off circle. Puck taken by the Preds, and now they fight for it along the left side. Bolts with it. Shot just goes wide. Rolls along into the left side, fighting for it. And looks like it got thrown out of play. Face off to the left of Saros. They pour it along the right side. Ballin for it. Bolts with it. Shot on net saved by Saros. Preds try to play it. Try to clear it out. Bolts keep it in. Take it along the left side. Make that the right side. Bolts shot on net saved by Saros, and they'll just glove it up. 15 minutes to go, even. Shots on net, Tampa Bay 15, Nashville 14. And face off to the right of Saros. One by the Preds, trying to move it up. They will dump it into the Lightning zone. Played for. Hedman with it. Looking. Gets it out the center ice. The Preds dump it right back into the Bolt zone. Hedman tries to get it out, and he will. And then somehow ends up back in Tampa Bay zone. And the Bolts are going to try to take it on up. Dump it into the Preds zone. They pour it along the left side. Now the Preds take it up ice. Into the Bolt zone. In the left corner, try to get it out. Preds now throw it back in. Right side. Now move up to center. Shot on net. Wide. And went out of play. Mathieu Olivier. January 30th. Had a goal. And last night, a fight. And now the Bolts dump it into the Preds zone, and it looks like the arm's up. We're going to have a penalty. .54 left in the second. Tampa Bay still leading 3-1. So it's Tampa Bay who will be short-handed. There's no... Oh. And it's Kilhorn will be called for tripping. And a face-off to the right of Vasilevsky. And Nashville going to be called for the false start. As Nashville 0 for 3 on the power play tonight with 4 shots. As they win the face-off. Try to go around the horn. Looking, try to drive shot. Saved by Vasilevsky. And they keep chopping away at nothing. And he'll freeze the puck. Yossi was the one with the shot. And Vasilevsky was able to cover it up. It's off to the left of him. And it's won by the Preds. Bolts take it. And they dump it into the Preds zone. Predators play it. Yossi with it. Now up to Ellis. Back to Josie. Josie with it. Into the Bolts zone. Looking. Back to Ellis. Yossi with it. Trying to find some help. Into the left corner. Pass it now along the right side. Ellis trying to play it. And gives it away. Preds got to retreat back to their zone. 1:10 to go in the power play. They bring it into the Bolts zone. Forsberg trying to get control of it. He can't, so he has to take it back at center ice and retreat. Halfway home on the power play. Preds play it behind the net. Waiting. Now finally take it up ice. Bolts take it back at center ice. And the Preds dump it into the Bolts zone. Bolts try to clear it out. They will. As Saros will play it on the right side. Bolts, Preds trying to get it out. They will. Move it up center ice. Hit off a Bolts player, but Preds able to get it back. Dumps it into the Bolts zone. It was partially blocked by Sergachev. And hit behind the net. As power plays expired. Bolts take it now. 2-on-1. Looking. Shot. Saved by Saros. Rebound gets pushed aside. Preds play it behind the net. Moving up to the right. They're right. Now gets out the center ice. Dumped into the Bolts zone. Icing washed out. Play for it in the left corner. Trying to get some help. Now they fight for it. Puck goes around the right side. Right behind the net, back to the left. Preds with it now. Now they have to give it away to the Bolts. Shot off the glass at center ice. Preds keep it in, but it's an offside. We face off at center ice. Malone cannot win the face-off, so the Bolts with it in their own zone. Trying to move it up. Dump it into the Preds zone. They play for it in the left corner. Preds come away with it. Bolts keep it in the zone. They forward in the left corner. And they're going to fight for it. Bolts able to keep it in the Preds zone. Going around the horn. Shot! And it's gloved up by Saros. 10:28 left in the second period. So most wins through 10 games. Defending champ since 1943. I think Tampa Bay was second. Preds with it now. They get up to center ice. Bolts dump it back into the Preds zone. Play forward in the left corner. Now moving up the right side. Preds trying to move it out. Get to the left and they will move it up. Center ice. Bolts take back control of it and they dump it into the Preds zone. Fight forward in the left corner. And the Preds get out the center ice. Bolts knock it back into the Preds zone. Now they got a chance, but they lost the puck. Preds unable to clear. The Bolts put it right back in their zone. Preds going to try to move it up. They will. But an aired pass got away. Now the Bolts put it back in the Preds zone. Bouncing off. On the left corner. Preds moving out. Played to the left. And the Preds with it. Icing washed out. Bolts taking it in their own zone, trying to move it up. And they will. They dump it into the Preds zone, and that's where an icing will be called. Let's a quick look at scores. Chicago has just tied it up at 1. On a goal by Janmark at the 14:04 mark. Tampa Bay outscoring opponents 24-9 over the last 5 games. And Bolts will take it from the right corner and they throw it out by ice. Off the skates, the Preds are going to try to get it behind the net. Bolts keep it in, trying to go around the horn. Shot on net, goes wide. And the Preds will play it in the right corner. Try to move it up ice. Bolts get control, but they have to retreat. Now dump it back into the Preds zone. They're going to play it in the left corner. They fight for it. They're fighting for it. Bolts have it. Pass gets off of Saros. Bolts with it now. Looking. Throws it behind the net. Preds will get it out. And it hit at center ice. Bolts with it now in the Preds zone as they're going to try to fight for it in the left corner. Puck scores free. Bolts trying to get control of it. And now it's up to center ice. Going back into the Bolts zone. Hedman will play it behind the net. And they move it up ice. Dump it into the Preds zone. Race for the puck. Preds will get it. And they'll try to move it up ice. And here we go. Into the Bolts zone. Shot on net. Wide. Preds with it now. Looking. Puck bounces on them. Preds with it behind the net, trying to pass it, but it was deflected. Shot on net, hit off a Bolt player. Hedman trying to move it up. And they will. Dumped into the Preds zone, just wide of the net. Predators will take it from the right side to the left. And now moving up. And it was in the Bolt zone, but the Bolts take control of it. And now into the Preds zone. They have to retreat back to center ice. And they go, oh, look out, a collision right between the benches. The Bolts with it now. Looking. Shot, saved by Saros. Played along the left side. Back to center ice. Preds get control. Wecky coming up on 2 minutes on this shift. Tampa Bay 18 shots on goal. Nashville 16. As the Bolts take it into the Preds zone, they lost the puck, so they have to retreat. Back into the Bolts zone. Along the right side now, up to center ice. Bolts trying to move it out, but the Preds get control of it. Pushing. Shot saved by Vasilevsky. Playing along the right side. Preds get control of it. Cross ice pass shot. Save, rebound. No! That big pile up in front of the net. But nothing to come from it. .5:33 to go in the second. Still a 3-1 game. For Roman Josi, 11 points in the last 12 games against the Lightning, 2 goals and 9 assists. But so far, nothing tonight. Bolts still hold a 3-1 lead. Face off to the left of Vasilevsky. Josi 20 shifts, a total time on ice 14:53. Face off won by Nashville. Shot on net, saved by Vasilevsky. Hedman plays it behind the net. In the left corner, Bolts are taking it. Trying to move it up ice. And they will. But they lose control of it. Preds with it. Along the right corner. Move it cross ice. And they fight for it along the left corner. And the Bolts will take it and move it up. Dump it into the Preds zone. Fight for it along the right side. The Preds take it behind the net. Give it away. Shot on net. Gloved! Saros with the great save. And he just absolutely robbed Anthony Cirelli. And the face off to the left of Saros. Ellis with it, trying to move it up ice. It's over to Josi. Back to Ellis. Errant pass gets away, and the Bolts are able to take control of it. Move it up to center. And the Preds take back control as they dump it into the Bolts zone. On the right side, Preds take it. And they're playing in the right corner. Looking for help. Trying to go around the horn. Shot on net, saved by Vasilevsky. They're going to try to play it right behind the net. Preds with it. Looking past the Yossi. Shot, hit a player in front. Bolts take it, try to clear it out. They can't. Preds keep it in the zone. Into the right corner. Bolts try to take it out. Will. Shen. Sergachev on ice for the Bolts. Preds move it up ice. And now an opportunity. Shot on net. Score! Number 10 of Nashville, that is. Colton Sissons with the goal, and the Preds are back in it. Yossi with the assist. He got ahead and beat him glove side. And with 3:36 to go, or 3:37 I should say, Preds cut it to 3-2. And hold on here a second. Tampa Bay got a challenge. Decided if he was offside. Oh, Tampa might win this challenge. Sissons a little bit ahead of the puck. So this one might be taken off the board. As Sissons was player cannot be in the attacking zone before the puck is there. And I think Tampa's going to win this challenge. Yep. Left skate was already in the attacking zone before the puck crossed. In fact, both skates were in the zone. And here's the verdict. After review, it was deemed that the play was offside, therefore we have no goal. And the goal washed out. So we'll be back to a 3-1 game as Sissons was a bit ahead of the play. Would have been his third goal of the year, but it's wiped out. It's a face-off in the neutral zone. And it's taken by Nashville. They retreat into their own zone, try to move it up ice, they will. Dump it into the Bolt zone. Vasilevsky tried to move it up. And puck at center ice. Preds get control of it, have to retreat into their own zone. Now they're going to move it up, dump it into the Lightning zone. And the Preds trying to fight for it in the left corner. Preds keep it in the Bolt zone. They're going to try to get it behind the net. Bolt's with it, trying to move it up ice. And they will. It goes into the Preds zone. Into the left corner now. Play as they fight for it behind the net. Bolt's coming away with it. Now the Preds take control of it behind the net, trying to move it up. And he lost his footing. And an opportunity goes by the wayside as the Bolts could not corral cleanly. Preds move it up ice, dump it into the Bolts zone. Now the Bolts take it. Into the Preds zone. Opportunity right there. Stop by yours. Fight for it in the left corner. 2:10 to go in the second period. Bolts with trying to go around the horn. And they lost control of it. Preds move it up. And we got a stoppage in play. It looked like Sisson's third goal of the season wiped out because of offside. And it's still a 3-1 game. .90 seconds to go in the second period. Bolts leading 3-1 after a Colton Sisson's goal was reversed because of an offside. Hits on both sides, 16 apiece. Face off in the neutral zone. Taken by the Predators. Dumped into the Lightning zone. Vasilevsky plays it. Now the Bolts trying to move it up. And they will. Line across center ice into the Pred zone. And they're going to fight for it behind the net. Trying to get it. Couldn't get it. Lost control of it. Preds now take. Going across center ice. They dump it into the Bolt zone. And shot on net, but was blocked in front. Bolts trying to move it up. 72 seconds left in the second. And they'll have to retreat. Hedman trying to move it up. And he will. Now at center ice, dumped it into the Pred zone. A fight for it along the left side. Now goes back into the Bolt zone. They're going to play for it in the right side, and he gets staple gun into the boards. Bolts with it now, trying to move it up into the Pred zone. Skating. But lost control of the puck. Bolts cannot corral it, so they have to retreat to center. Into the Pred zone now. Shot on net, saved by Saros. Bolts with it behind the net. Looking to go around the horn. Shot on goal, and it looks like it went wide. Bolts keep it in the zone. Now they have to go back to center ice. They'll dump it into the Pred zone. And so Pred's with it. Now they take it in. Looking, drive in. Saved by Vasilevsky. And that's the end of the second period. .20 minutes to go in Nashville. Lightning lead it 3-1. All right, after 2 periods, Lightning still up 3-1. With no scoring in the second period, the only score that did occur was wiped out because of an offside. Let's go down the stat line here. Second period, shots even at 10, so game total, shots even at 21 aside. Nashville 0 for 4 tonight on the power play. Tampa Bay has 10 penalty minutes. Nashville 8. Nashville winning 51% of the faceoffs. Both sides blocking 8 shots apiece. Tampa Bay with 2 takeaways. Nashville 1. Tampa Bay 4 giveaways. Nashville 3. Both at 17 hits. Meanwhile, elsewhere around the NHL tonight, Panthers defeat the Red Wings 2-1. As Patrick Hornquist's goal in the second period on the power play proved to be the game winner. Florida now goes 7-1-2. In Ottawa, the Oilers defeat the Senators 3-2. As goals by Darnell Nurse, Evan Bouchard, and Tyson Barrie give the Oilers the win and move them over 587. The Senators falling to 2-11-1. In Dallas, tied at 1. Rube Hintz gets the goal for Dallas to put them up 1-0 in the first, but Matthias Janmark responded in the second with a goal of his own on the power play and a 1-1 tie there. Underway in Vegas between the Ducks and the Golden Knights. Golden Knights lead it 1-0 on a goal by it was Chandler Stevenson who has the goal for the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, in Los Angeles, Kings up 1-0 on a goal by. Let's see who got the goal. Timo Meier, just 80 seconds into the game. Bolts eyeing their 6th straight win of the season. Little over 8 minutes to go in intermission. So what's on tap for these two after tonight? For Tampa Bay, they head down to South Beach to tangle with their fellow Florida team, the Florida Panthers, for 2 games. So it would be Thursday and Saturday affair. And then the series shifts back to Tampa Bay for a Monday affair. And then out to Dallas next Thursday, the first rematch of the Stanley Cup Finals, first of 8 meetings. The Stars and the Lightning will go at on the 18th and the 20th. Meanwhile, for Nashville, what's on tap for them after tonight? They will host the Red Wings for a 2-game set on Thursday and Saturday. And then Monday, head to Dallas for a 2-game set with the Stars. That one on Monday and Tuesday, so back-to-back nights. Before heading to Columbus next Thursday. Oh, plug up. Mm. About to start up third period in Nashville. The Bolts still holding a 3-1 advantage. Tampa Bay trying to improve to 9-1-1 on the year. Maintain their status as right now the best team in hockey. Andre Vasilevsky. First career 4 starts against the Predators are 3-1, but I didn't catch what they've done since. Without further ado, third period begins. Preds with the puck. Dump it into the Lightning zone. And pass cross ice shot wide of the net. Great opportunity for the Predators, but they misfired. And they fight for it in the left corner. Still fighting for it. Bolt's able to get it out. Preds catch it at center ice. And now they retreat into their own zone. And now try to move it up ice. They lost it. Bolt's with it now. 3-on-2. Shot on net. Hit a player in front. Rebound goes wide. And they fight for it in the right corner. Bolt's able to get it out. Now played for it. Shot on net. And Sar is able to push it away. Preds with it now. And a glove on the ice. Puck on net. And Sarah's able to put it away. Puck dumped into the Bolts zone. Vasilevsky will play, and now it's taken up by the Bolts. It's like Hedman with it, now passes. And going across ice, shot on net, gloved by Sarah. Oh no, it went wide, excuse me. Bolts still with it. I thought he gloved it, but apparently it went over his glove. Bolts with it behind that. Shot pass in front, hit a player in front. And the Preds put it into the Bolts zone. Play for it in the right corner. Preds put a puck on net, but it goes wide. And out of play. And that was Cirelli with the shot that went over the glove of Saros, which I thought he gloved it, but he did not. 17 shifts, and that was his first shot on net as the Preds get the face-off. 22 shots on goal even. That one goes wide. Preds play it behind the net. Pass in front, shot, and it hit a player in front. Ricochets all the way back into the Preds zone. Preds with it now, trying to move it up ice. Goes into the Lightning zone. And icing will be called. 17:49 to go in the game. And a score update, Vegas now up 2-0 on a Marshall's shot that was deflected. Face off won by the Predators. So they try to move it up. And they will into the Bolts zone. They're going to fight for it along the left corner. Bolts come up with it. And they move it up ice. This pass into the Preds zone. Drop back. Hedman lost it, but the Bolts were able to retain control of it. Now played behind the net by Tampa Bay. Looking for some help. Preds able to get the puck. And try to move it out. They will. And puck stays at center ice. Bolts with it now. Point gets put into the boards. The Preds try to move it up. They will. At center ice. And they'll throw it into the Lightning zone where Vasilevsky will play it. Bolts try to move it up. It's taken 2-on-2 now. Shot on net goes wide. Preds now with it. Up at center ice, 3-on-2 developing. Shot! Saved by Vasilevsky! And that was Granlund with the shot. Mikael Granlund. And face-off taken by the Bolts. They move it across center ice. Now into the Preds zone. Puck bouncing into the left corner where they're going to fight for it. Tampa with it. Now drops back. Shot on net goes wide. Oh no, hit player in front. Bolts able to keep it in the zone. And now the Preds with it, trying to move it up. They will. And tried to clear, but bounce off the boards. The Bolts with it now. And they're going to have to retreat into their own zone. Trying to move it up ice. And dumps it into the Predator zone. And Preds now at center ice. Trying to pass along. Shot! Goes wide and out of play. Tomorrow night, Bruins take on the Rangers. Tomorrow night, a Regional 6 night. Bruins-Rangers on NBCSN, and in Canada, it's the Leafs and the Canadiens. Face-off taken by Tampa Bay. And puck stopped. The Forsberg shot, and Vasilevsky was struggling to try to corral the puck. It's up in the air, and he finally was able to get the glove on it. His face-off's to the left of him. Bolts maintain possession. There you go. And Bolts dump back. Now Preds drop back into their own zone. Looking to move it up. Now behind their own net. Trying to move it up. And they will. Up to center ice. Dumps it into the Preds, or the Bolts zone, excuse me. Preds with a shot on net. Saved by Vasilevsky. Preds maintain control. Looking to go around the horn. Shot hit a player in front. And puck goes back into the Preds zone. And it will be an icing. Vasilevsky, 24 saves tonight on 25 shots. And false start on the Preds. And face-off won by Tampa Bay. Try to get it out of their own zone. Now up center ice, dumps it into the Preds zone. Saris will play it behind the goal. Ellis trying to move it up. And now dumped into the Bolts. And Vasilevsky will fall on it. It was put on net. But right there. And Sean Malone activated from a taxi squad today. Has the assist on the Grimaldi goal, which is all Nashville has had to cheer about tonight. The face-offs to the right of Vasilevsky. And Preds with a shot, saved by Vasilevsky. And lost the puck. Preds with it now. Looking. Puck gets put into the right corner. Behind the net. Played along the left side by Nashville. Nashville with it now on the left. Or into the right corner. trying to get some help. Puck free, and now the Bolts try to move it up. Dump it into net. The Preds zone. And Saros will just hold on to it. .13:34 left in the game. It's Tampa Bay 3, Nashville 1. Still 3-1 here in Nashville, 13:34 to go. As Preds now with it, trying to move it across. And Bolts take back control in their own zone. Now they dump it into the Preds zone. Oh, excuse me, that was a replay. Sorry, false start on me. That must have been a replay because then it just went back to the bench. So the face-offs to the left of Saros. Won by Nashville. And it'll clear it out. And icing will be called. Preds 27 shots on goal. Bolts 22. It has been since the 5:57 mark, with 5:57 left in the first, that we've had a goal. Bolts with the face-off. Shot on net. Saved by Saros. Rebound. Scores! And the Bolts on the rebound, making a 4-1 game. Let's see, number 37 of Tampa Bay, that is. Well, let's see first if he was the one. Yes, he was the one that put in. So let's see, who's that? That is Yanni Gordy. And it's now a 4-1 game. This puck goes back into the Preds zone. Preds trying to move it on out. They will. Into the attacking zone. Pass. Trying to put it in. Shot. Saved by Vasilevsky, and it goes behind the net. Bolts dump it into the Preds zone. And Benning will touch up for icing. And for Gordy, that face-offs to the left of Sarah, or to the right of Vasilevsky, taken by the Bolts. And throw it to center ice into the Preds zone, where the Preds will take control. They move it up. Puck goes behind the net. Preds with it, trying to move it. They lose the puck. And the Bolts trying to move it out. They will. They dump it into the Preds zone. And Saros able to guard the post. And the Gordy goal was his 4th of the year, and that was unassisted. Predators trying to move it up. Yossi with it. Passes. Into the Bolts zone. They'll fight for it in the left corner. Puck goes from left to right. Bolts trying to get it. They will. They move it on up. They dump it into the Preds zone. They'll get into behind the net in the left corner as he gets staple gunned into the boards. And now they fight for it behind the net. And the Preds gain control of it, trying to clear it out. And they will. So they fight for it along center. Bolts maintain possession in their own zone. Looking to move it out, they will. Dump it into the Preds zone, they'll play it in the right corner. And play it behind the net, they try to move it up. And he will. Puck in the Bolts zone. Be played along the left side. Shot on net and it hits players in front. Another shot hit a player in front. Bolts with it now. Trying to move it up. 2-on-2. Looking. Lost control of the puck. He's able to regain control. Stamkos drops back and now the Bolts have to retreat. Trying to move it up ice. They can't. The Preds take control of it. As now the puck's behind the net in Nashville's territory. Now they move it up. Yossi moving through, trying to put it on net. He can't. Goes above the net. And trying to play for it on the left side. And they're going to fight for it in the left corner. And Nashville will get it on the right side. But put in front, and they could not get a shot. Nashville maintains possession. Shot wide. Follow-up chance saved by Vasilevsky. And the puck now scoring out the center ice where Tampa will control it. 1-on-3. And puck gets put wide of the net. Nashville trying to get control of it. They will. But lost control of it at center ice. And Tampa Bay's going to take it. Going to push for the shot on net. Saved by Saros. Gord's 4th goal of the season puts the Bolts up 4-1. 10:08 to play. .9:44 to go in the third period. Tampa Bay up 4-1. And Tampa Bay's held Nashville scoreless since the 15-17 mark of the first period. As Matt Duchene, 17 shifts and 2 hits tonight. Takes off to the left of Saros. Won by the Preds. They try to move it up. Preds with 29 shots on net. Bolts 26. But you can now make it 30 as it went wide. Ellis plays it. And try to put it on net and hit players in front. Preds with it now, trying to go around the horn. And they lose control of it. Tampa Bay with it now. No, they lost control of it as Nashville will take it. Yossi, drop back. Forsberg couldn't get a clean shot. Tampa Bay now takes it up. And Nashville maintains or obtains possession. Now it's Tampa Bay. Shot. Nope. It's Nashville will move it up. Sissons drops back. Bad pass. But Nashville able to gain control at center ice. In the Bolts zone. They're going to fight for it in the left corner now. The Bolts take it in the right corner. And move it up ice. Into the Preds zone. And lost it along the left side. Hedman waits for it. And he'll dump it along the left side. Down to the left corner. And Hedman, long distance pass. Shot. It's saved by Saros. Preds going to try to get it out. They will. Bolts with it at center ice. Trying to move it up. And that will go into the corner. Nashville with it behind the net. 7:50 to go in the game. Ellis going to try to move it up. And he will. Preds dumping into the Bolt zone. The Preds have it at center ice. And they dump it into the Bolt zone. They're going to fight for it behind the net. Now along the left side. And the Bolts with it now. And here we go. Oh, no, he can take it down. No, he could not get back it up. And the arm is up. Braden Point had a skate or die opportunity, but he was tripped. And it looks like Dante Fabro was the guilty party. As Point. Oh, no, it wasn't a trip. Fabro got him in the lip. He's trying to go for the puck, ended up hitting his stick, and it deflected up into his face. So it's a high sticking, not a trip. Oh, and it's 4 minutes. Tampa Bay with a double minor. Nashville double minor, excuse me. Tampa Bay's with it. Nashville trying to get it out. And they'll dump it into the Lightning zone. Lightning to try to move it up. Now 3-on-3. Cross ice pass. Couldn't be maintained by Tampa Bay. Now they fight for it in the right corner. And Nashville will dump it out. This will go into the right corner. And Sergachev trying to move it up. Drops it back. Take it across center into the Preds zone. Cross ice pass. Looking, drops back. Pass over, but it was intercepted by the Preds. Bolt's able to keep it in the zone. Looking, drop back. Looking. Passes over to his left, back to his right. Tic-tac-toe. Looking. Pass up the middle. Shot. No! Did not go in. Fight forward in the left corner. Tampa Bay maintains possession. Pass to the right. In front into the left corner. It squirts free. Hedman with it. Pass to his right. Looking. Fire shot and hit player in front. Rebound shot. Score! Stamkos again on the power play. And it's now 5-1 Tampa Bay. I think it was once again Stamkos right place, right time. Oh, hold on here. We might have a review. I don't know what for. The refs are going to have to talk about. I think that's a good goal. Second of the night for Stamkos. On the power play, and it's now 5-1 Tampa Bay. They play it behind their own net. They're moving up ice. Here we go. And opportunity missed. Sergachev could not maintain control of it. Tampa Bay moves it out. Now taken across center ice. Preds able to clear it out. And Vasilevsky. And now the Bolts with it. Trying to move it up ice. 4.5 to play. Now they will. Into the Preds zone. Bounce it up left side. Looking. Fire shot. And it's gloved up by Saros. .52 seconds left on the power play. Face off to the left of Saros, won by Tampa Bay. Here's Hedman. Hedman fakes the shot. Bolts try to keep it in the zone. They will. Looking around. Drops it back. Cross ice pass gets away from Hedman, but he's able to maintain control of it. And pass gets away, and now the Preds try to take control of it. They will behind the net. Try to get it out, but Hedman keeps it in the zone. 3:45 to go in the third. Hedman's shot goes wide. No, it's in! 8-ball corner pocket. And now it's 6-1 Tampa Bay. Somehow ends up in the back of the net. Joseph's going to get credit for that one. His second of the night. Yep, Hedman just throws it on. I don't know if it deflected off Joseph or what. But whatever happened, it's now 6-1. And that one on the power play. So let's get this out of here. Both sides 30 shots on goal. As it's in Tampa Bay zone. Tampa Bay gets it out. They'll dump it into the Pred zone. And puck goes into the Lightning zone. Lightning able to get control of it. Going to try to move it out with 3:10 to go. Now they fight for it behind the net. Preds will get control at the left corner. Shot saved by Vasilevsky. Nashville's able to keep it in. Shot hit players in front, and Vasilevsky will cover it up. 2 more goals by the Lightning, now making a 6-1 contest. Score updates go over. In overtime, the Blackhawks defeat the Stars 2-1. And the game winner by Suter, 2:15 into the overtime period. Blackhawks improved to 6-4-4. In Vegas, the Knights lead at 3-1. Goals by Tuck, Marchalot, and Stevenson, while Lunderson has a goal for Anaheim. It's Sharks 2, Kings 1. Goals by Meyer and Couture for the Sharks, Kopitar for the Kings. And in Calgary, it's 1-1. Goals by Ehlers for the Jets and Magnapane for the Flames. As meanwhile here in Nashville, it's Tampa Bay 6, Nashville 1. And face-off taken by Tampa Bay, and they will dump it into the Preds zone. Preds will play it behind the net. Stamkos 16 minutes of ice time today on 24 shifts. And he's made it worthwhile with 2 goals. Preds try to keep it in the Bolts zone. They can't. Bolts take it at center ice into the Preds zone. They're going to fight for it along the right side. Into the right corner. And they'll be taking a shot on net. Goes wide. And the Preds try to get it out. And they will. Bolts have to retreat to center. Dumping in behind the net, played by the Predators. Up center ice into the Lightning zone. Looking now into the right corner. They're going to have to fight for it. Now it goes behind the net. And Preds get control of it. Shot! Save Vasilevsky! Shot! No! It got away! And they're going to fight for it in the right corner. Looking. Cross ice pass. Shot goes wide. And 82 seconds to go in the game. Cross ice pass. Here we go. Shot saved by Vasilevsky. And the Bolts able to get it out to center ice. Preds maintain control of it. They take it across center and dump it into the Bolts zone. And the Bolts intercept it as we are now at 1 minute to go. Dumped into the Preds zone. Along the right side, Bolts with it. Passes. Shot goes wide. Preds get control of it. 40 seconds to go. Dumped into the Lightning zone. They'll get it along the left side. Dumped into the Predator zone. Yossi with it. Trying to move it up. 22 seconds left. And Bolts get control of it. And with 15 seconds left, and Tampa Bay can tack it on. As the final 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. Lightning win their 6th straight game of the season. Longest active winning streak in the NHL. Final from Bridgestone Arena tonight. Lightning 6, Predators 1. Now make this a final. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, this is Kyle the Fanatic signing off.